Hi.
Tell us who you are.
I'm Stephanie. I go by Steph or Sage.
Okay,
Multifaceted artist based in Arizona right now.
perfect. So you did open, your statement was part of the answer to our first question, but what do you do?
So ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I am a just multifaceted human. I have like a lot of different interests. I am an artist. I do visual arts. I'm getting into filmmaking. I'm back in school to do film. So that's awesome. Yeah.
And what is the current pastime of yours?
Right now, it's been music. I've been getting into like DJing a little bit. I feel like everyone's been getting into DJing, but I've been mixing a little bit here and there. That's what I've been filling my pastime with.
Okay.
Yeah,
So do you feel like DJing is going to be your main pastime for, the next months or so to come in years to come?
probably. It's funny. It kind of fell in my lap. My friend was visiting from New York, and he's part of like this big. It's like a club in New York that happens once a month, and they were looking for DJs, and I was just like, I've always wanted a DJ. He was like, I could get you connected with the creative director if you want. I'm like, shit, yeah, okay. So I bought a DJ kit and just been like kind of working at it. I want to put more into the pastime than I have been, but I think it'll be something I'm going to be working on for a little bit.
So
Yeah.
to follow up with that question, I do want to ask what fulfills you?
What fulfills me? I think making an impact, whether it's small or big. Just knowing that I kind of did something for someone really fulfills me. Before this, like my occupation, I was an art director for senior living facilities. So I was around a lot of seniors, and they're always overlooked. And I had this senior that I really got connected to. Her name is Frances, and she was a big artist before she got dementia. And I reintroduced her to art. Like before, she didn't do any art because of her dementia, and her last painting that she's ever done, she did it with me, and I enlarged it and I framed it and I gave it to their family, and till this day her family still like sends me notes, and it's something that like fulfilled me in a way that was just so good, because I wasn't getting anything out of it. It wasn't something for me, it was for Frances, and it felt really nice. So I think that's what fulfills me.
Now, do you feel like being in that environment has grown that desire to help one another? Or was that kind of a thing that you've had this entire time, or the entirety of your life, I would say?
Yeah, I feel like I've always been someone that's like always helping, like a helpful hand. If we go into like astrology, I'm like an Aquarius moon. So like I am just a natural humanitarian. I really enjoy helping people any way I can. Sometimes it's to a fault where like I lose myself in people, especially like creatively when it comes to like creative projects. Like I end up like putting my all into someone else's project and kind of like leaving my own projects aside. So it's kind of like it's a good thing and a bad thing, but I'm like working on it. So.
Beautiful. So
Yeah.
within your occupation, you are in a creative field where the parameters of what the rules are kind of, it's a gray area between that.
Yeah.
So your occupation is somewhat similar to your current pastime anyway.
Mhm.
So how are you able to kind of transition from one to another, or is it kind of all the same approach to each thing?
So yeah, when I was doing the art direction, it was kind of hard to kind of blur the lines between like my pastimes and my hobbies and work, because I was making money from it, and like you get home and like you're tired, you don't want to create anymore. So I kind of left that now. So I'm not doing that as like an occupation right now. I'm in school like full time, so I'm not sure yet. I wasn't able to balance the two. which is why I kind of like took a hiatus creatively. Like I stepped out of the community for like a year. I just came back.
What has that done for you mentally now?
Oh, it's done a lot. Like I am more in tune with myself. I know myself. I know what I want to bring. Just more in tune, and yeah, just more in tune. But I do feel like I've always been like sort of like a lone wolf in a way. So I always like retrieve and disconnect when things kind of get hard for me, and like I deal with things on my own. So that kind of like was like a fault line in itself, because I'm someone who like I know that my path and like my life path is to be of service to like my community, yet like I'm always retrieving and disconnecting when like I need to like hone in on myself. I feel like I'm rambling. I lost my train of thought. ADHD. I'm ADHD too, so like
But within your past, your present, and your near future, where do you see your hobbies lying, and professionally, what do you hope to be?
I eventually want to be like a creative director for different projects. I want to go into like A24 eventually, like once I get my degree and stuff, like go into their film house, work on a couple projects there, eventually like start producing my own. I just, yeah, kind of like my own label in a way. I have this project that I'm kind of working on right now and I'm really excited about, but it's like a hub pretty much, where like a lot of creatives could come together and share their art. So that's kind of what I want eventually. I see myself having a studio that creatives could kind of come and produce like their work and showcase their work, but it's also like a film house and a creative agency.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have any more questions for you, but is there anything you want to say to us? Any closing statements?
Yeah, don't feel like you're like there's a time and feel like you're falling behind, because everything is going the way it should go. I beat myself up about that a lot because, you know, I'm going back to school. I'm 24, I'm turning 25. And that was kind of scary for me because I'm like, I'm 24, like everyone's graduating, but your path is different from everyone else's. If you had like a lot of successes and then kind of take time to, you know, retrieve and do what you have to do, that's fine. You know, there's no rush. Life is about, you know, taking it as it is and being intentional with your time and who you are, and growth will come eventually. But if you're comparing yourself constantly or like constantly like shooting yourself down, like time is going to go quicker than like slower, you know? So that makes sense. That's like my finishing statement. So intention flows, no. How does that saying go? Intention goes where the mind flows. No, intention flows where the mind goes. I think that's how the saying goes.
Thank you for having this conversation with us and spending a part of your pastime with us. We really do appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys having me. It's awesome.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Steph.
You're welcome. See ya.